Hey there nerds, Jimmy here, and I have a movie review of Mad Max Fury Road. Now once upon a time, about a 10-year-old Jimmy was introduced to Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. I would sneak it in my parents' house watching HBO. They had no clue, and I only got to see bits and pieces here and there. But I was fascinated with the imagery, specifically, obviously, the Thunderdome and the train escape at the end, and then the final crash scene where the plane takes off. Oh, it was just a fascinating world. I didn't understand what was going on at the time, but I was hooked, wanted to know more. Couldn't see the first two for quite some time, but eventually I went and saw the first one, which was weird to me because it wasn't quite the post-apocalyptic world that I expected after seeing Thunderdome. So to me that was a little weird, but then I realized, okay, that's the first one, setting up Mad Max. Then the second one, Road Warrior, Mad Max 2. Brilliant. It has been my favorite action film for a very long time. I think the story is fantastic, and it really shows Max as this true anti-hero. The first film goes back and forth with being sort of a revenge flick and Max doing what he needs to do because he's a cop. The second one is true anti-hero. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. All right, I can get something out of these people. Let's set a bargain to finally, no, I've had enough. Let's finish this off. After watching all three again recently, Road Warrior is still one of my favorite action films of all time. I have a true soft spot for Thunderdome. I know when it came out, a lot of fans weren't happy. I think it's still a great movie. I thoroughly enjoy it. And I enjoy the first one too, even though it's very raw, sort of film schoolish. I do enjoy it. So when, I want to say it was about 10, 15 years ago, there was a rumor that Fury Road was going to be the next installment in the Mad Max franchise. And Mel Gibson was going to come back and play Max. Sort of fizzled out, not exactly sure what happened. Obviously that didn't come to fruition. And it was dead. The franchise was dead. However, not too long ago, got more rumors Fury Road was coming about. Rumors that Tom Hardy was going to join up and he was going to be the new Max. We were going to have Charlize Theron in the movie. Things started happening. Production was going to start, and bam, the sets and the original locations got flooded. Like they hadn't had rain in 100 years, and then all of a sudden, flooded, wiped out. The future of the movie was up in arms. We didn't know. Luckily, the studio was patient. George Miller was patient. Finally got the movie going and got it to a point where really the fortunes turned, because now, at one point, George Miller showed the studio a cut of the film, and they encouraged him even further and gave him more money to shoot more action scenes, which is quite unheard of. You don't really hear that from studios, so that was very cool. So this past Wednesday, I got to see an early screening of Mad Max Fury Road. From the start, titles come up, very similar to the trailer. Credits come up, then the title comes up, and it's just so reminiscent of the 80s, and it was perfect. Perfect to bring you right back into the world of Mad Max. And then essentially for the next 2 hours, adrenaline is spiking. If you took an upper before this film, your heart would explode. It is nonstop action. Unbelievable. I, like many people, drove home from the theater and then realized, oh my God, I'm driving like an idiot because of this movie. I'm driving like one of the guys in the movie. I'm so lucky I didn't run into a cop. It is a phenomenal movie. I don't know how George Miller, at the age of 70, can still hold on to that rawness that he was showing us like 40 years ago. It's unbelievable to me that he really hasn't changed his style. In fact, he's made it better. There is CG effects in this, but he also uses real stunts, real live special effects, fireworks, explosions. It is gorgeous. You don't see that. I mean, I'll point to Steven Spielberg. His movies is really toned down if you go look at like Jaws. Since then, his movies have, over time, really become more kiddish. George Miller, oh my Lord, not at all. And I was worried, to be honest, because his most recent films include writing, directing Babe, Pig in the City, and then writing Happy Feet, and writing and directing Happy Feet and Happy Feet 2. Very kid movies, obviously. So this, wow, and his imagery. I can't imagine what he sees when he closes his eyes at night to go to sleep. The things that show up on screen are grotesque, beautiful, amazing. It's just unbelievable to me. I cannot recommend this film enough. I will admit I wanted to see Mel Gibson, and I don't mean current Mel Gibson. I mean Beyond the Thunderdome type Mel Gibson. It's just weird to see another actor as great as Tom Hardy is and was in the film. It's just odd to see him take on such an iconic role. And most people probably have no clue that the earlier films exist. I know I went to the theater and there was a row of guys next to me. They won some prize or something, and they had never seen any of the other Mad Maxes. So to them, this was probably their Mad Max, and this is what they enjoyed. So I get it. And the other thing that really, I can't say disappointed me, because when you think about it, it's not surprising it didn't happen. But it would have been nice to see Bruce Spence or the gyrocopter operator in there. That would have been really fun. I think that would have been a nice ode. And that's one of the things that George Miller does do. Toe Cutter, the bad guy in the very first Mad Max, that actor is the same one who plays Immortan Joe, who is the bad guy in this film, which I thought that was a nice little homage, I guess, to the Mad Max franchise. It is a great villain. It's a fantastic story. Charlize Theron, again, is basically the crutch that gets us going as she drives this huge war machine, as they call it, and she's on Fury Road. And it's essentially non-stop chase scene as they're trying to escape Immortan Joe. And it's just fantastic. Like I said, the adrenaline all the way through, the stunts, unbelievable. Nicholas Hoult, fantastic acting job. You wouldn't think so, because he's basically one in an army of however many, but he really stands out. Really enjoyed that. And again, the imagery of this post-apocalyptic world is just fascinating. I don't want to give too much away, but clearly there's some problems with genetics going on, and we see more of that from what we've seen in the earlier films. And it's like he took everything he ever wanted to do and he put it right here in this movie, and it's fantastic. I'm glad George Miller is back. I don't know if everybody knows, from Beyond the Thunderdome, he co-directed that because his producing partner, Byron, passed away doing location scouting for that film, and he was really torn up about it. Otherwise, that movie sort of has an uneven feel to it. You can tell the last sequence with the chase scene is definitely George Miller. Before that, I can't remember the gentleman's name who directed it. Friends with George Miller, but he just had a different style. So I'm really glad we got a full-fledged, pedal to the metal, literally, George Miller Mad Max story. I highly recommend you check it out. I know Tom Hardy signed up, I believe, for 2 more films, so I just hope this franchise keeps going. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. Go see this film.